Hi guys, welcome to chapter 2 of my cartoon theories. Be sure to check out my first video if you haven't already. In today's video, I'll be discussing the Smurfs, Rugrats, Ed and Eddy, and Dexter's Laboratory. The first theory I will be discussing is about the Smurfs. It is believed that the Smurfs is actually about KKK propaganda. This theory is crazy and I personally don't hold any of the beliefs I'm about to discuss. I don't want to offend anybody, I just want to inform people about this theory. So the Smurfs were created in 1958 during World War II, which is when Jews and other groups of people were being persecuted. So it is believed that the show is actually about white supremacy and could be about KKK propaganda. The Smurfs are supposed to represent the stereotypical blue eyes, blonde hair perfection. The theory states that all the Smurfs wear white hats that resemble KKK hoods. Except for Papa Smurf, he is the Grand Wizard of all the Smurfs and he wears a red hat, which is literally how the KKK all throughout history have been portrayed. The similarities are there. The theory then states that, and I'm going to read it word for word because I don't want to offend anyone. The Smurfs live in perfect harmony but are constantly under threat from the evil big-nosed Jew Gargamel, who wants to capture the Smurfs to create gold. What?
Then there was Gargamel, the evil wizard. He was bad.
Oh, I hate Smurfs. I'll get you. I'll get all of you if it's the last thing I ever do.
I never thought too much into it, but Gargamel is the embodiment of a racist Jew stereotype. So within the episode titled The Purple Smurf, Papa Smurf orders everybody around to build houses. He is basically a dictator, ordering all the Smurfs around and they blindly follow him. At this point, Papa Smurf sends Lazy Smurf to go get wood in the forest. Now when Lazy Smurf doesn't return, Papa Smurf sends another Smurf to go look for him, who looks terrified of him.
That lazy Smurf sure is taking his sweet time coming back.
He's probably loafing on the job, Papa Smurf. In fact...
Never mind, Brady. Just go find him.
Yes, Papa Smurf.
It's here where we find out that the Smurfs have been getting bit in the butt. Basically, the Smurfs become infected purple Smurfs. Because that's not weird.
Snap! Yow! He bit me! Snap! Get away! Snap! Papa Smurf! Snap! Snap! Ow! This is a...
So later in the episode, once mostly everyone's infected, Papa Smurf asks again who is down to volunteer to try to test the cure.
Smurfs, I hope this ointment will do the trick. But once again, I'll need volunteers to... Oh, so that's it. You, and you are elected. Now Smurf to it.
Yes, Papa Smurf.
As you can see, they all said no, but were volunteered anyways, because that's something a dictator would do. What's even more shocking is that the Smurfs actually do Nazi salutes.
All for Smurf and Smurf for all.
All for Smurf and Smurf for all.
I feel like this conspiracy could probably be true, because the Smurfs actually do Nazi salutes. This theory states that Dexter's sister, Dee Dee, was in Dexter's laboratory and pushed a wrong button. This led to blowing up the house and killing his whole family.
Ooh, what does this button do? Please, do not push the button!
Dexter survived, however, failing to press that he was the only one to survive, he made clones of his family. We learned in the show that he is capable of creating clones.
With my cloning machine, I can duplicate my brilliant self any number of times. Dexter, you apprehend Lily. Dexter, you apprehend Mimi. And I, Dexter, will apprehend their leader, Dee Dee.
He created his parents dumb enough to not question his laboratory, or any of the experiments he would do. He even made hundreds of Dee Dees, so this could probably be true.
Do not go into the light! Oh no. Oh, please no, not girls, I am doomed! Do not give up so fast, Dexter. This is wonderful. It is 9 to 9.
could explain why in some episodes the family turns into monsters, but by the next episode they're fine. I feel like this theory checks out. This theory claims that all the kids from the same cul-de-sac are dead children from a different decade, and that they're stuck in a purgatory. In some episodes the kids use laptops, while in other episodes they use typewriters. Could it be because they're all from a different time period? Another reason is that all the characters have discolored tongues, or tongues of a corpse's body. Also, the KKK sisters aren't dead but are demons that torture these kids stuck in purgatory. An example of proof would be that there are no parents in this show, because the kids are stuck in purgatory. I was doing some research and this is the closest we get to seeing a parent on the show. So even when the parents are on the show, they don't show their face. And when they do, this is what happens.
Mom, Sarah's fibbing! Honest and poor truly! I was in my happy place, lost in the void of my mind!
Edward, how many times have I told you to be nice to your baby sister?
The kids pretend to be each other's parents because their real parents aren't there. Here's another example.
You're trespassing in my parents' bedroom! Please leave now or I'll have to call an attorney!
Edward! Must your father and I remind you to finish your homework? That is right, son. A mind is a terrible organ to shovel.
Within the series finale, they finally show Ed's older abusive brother. In this movie, they go on a long journey to find him. The theory further states that it's because they have left purgatory and went to hell to find Ed's older brother. So if you think about it, that is the finale for this show. This theory goes that all the babies in the show have died in different ways, except for Angelica, which leads to her imagining all these babies to cope with being alone. Angelica is actually the protagonist of the story. Angelica doesn't have a good relationship with her father. In one of the episodes, she decides to run away and her father never even noticed that she was gone.
So nice to get away from the responsibilities of parenthood.
I run away from home and he's happy! Oh no! What have I done? Please take me back!
Take you back? Honey, I didn't even know you were gone.
You didn't?
Angelica's mother is often too busy to give her any attention, neglecting her while she's always on her phone.
Anyway, Jonathan, I'm just thankful I've still got cell phone reception.
Which led to Angelica imagining up these dead babies to have some friends to hang out with.
It's not fair! It's not fair! It's not fair!
Tommy was a stillborn. This drove his father insane, which is why he's always making toys in the basement. He's making them for his son that he never got to know. Chucky died with his mother, which would explain why he's so frantic all the time.
Freak! Chucky is a freak! Don't listen to her, Chucky. She's right. I'm just gonna be a freak forever.
Phil and Lil were aborted, which is why Angelica imagines them as twins because she doesn't know what gender they are. Susie was Angelica's only real friend who played along with her because she wanted to make Angelica happy. The only baby that does exist is Dill. This caused her to lash out at him. She hit him on the head so hard that he suffers from brain damage.
Now pipe down, Drooly.
This can be seen in the sequel to the Rugrats series, All Grown Up. Dill always wears a hat of some kind to cover up his scars. The theory continues. It states that Angelica was a bipolar schizophrenic who got addicted to drugs as a teenager, leading her to keep imagining her childhood imaginary friends.
Would you stay with me for a while? I don't want to be alone. Sure.
Supposedly, Angelica's real mom died of a heroin overdose. Angelica's dad ended up remarrying, which is why her stepmom always neglects her. Her schizophrenia is a result of her being a crack baby. Which led to her overdosing at the very end of All Grown Up. So that's it. Let me know what you guys think. Bye.